Hey everyone, Ronnie Chavez here. Today I'm going to be doing a tutorial on the front flip. Now there's a lot of different variations of the front flip. There's the punch front flip, there's the Webster front flip, the inward front flip. Today I'm going to be focusing on the punch front flip for either flat ground or off of height like ledges. So let's get started. So before attempting the front flip, I would recommend you find a surface to practice on that's going to have a softer landing. If you have an old mattress or any sort of pad, you can even just pile up a bunch of blankets and pillows if you wanted. But if none of those are an option, there's also sand. If you can find a place that's a soft sandy area, that can also work well as padding. Or just a nice soft grassy area will help prevent any injuries when learning the front flip. I would even recommend practicing the technique of this trick on a trampoline before you attempt it anywhere else. So the first three steps I wanted to talk about for the front flip can also be found in my previous flip tutorial on the side flip, which is momentum, blocking, and set. And I'll just review these again, but if you haven't seen that tutorial, go check it out right here. So first off, when doing the front flip, I'd like you to start out using momentum. I mean, eventually when you get good enough at the technique, you can just do a standing front flip. That takes a lot of practice and training, and getting some momentum will just help you out in the beginning learning this trick. So you're going to get some momentum, whether a few steps. You don't need a ton of speed, just kind of a good amount of speed. As you go into it, you're going to hop into the block. The block is where you're stopping your momentum and sending it upwards, so it's kind of a transfer of momentum, almost like a bounce. And it's similar to if you're going off a skateboard ramp. With all that momentum, the ramp's going to send the skateboard upwards, where your legs are going to play the part of a ramp. Also on the blocking, your legs, you aren't bending down really low and jumping. You're actually only slightly bending them, but relying on that blocking motion to almost punch the ground and go into a front flip. So you're going to get your momentum, block, jump, and then as you go up into the air, you're going to set. The set is very important for getting height on the front flip, because a lot of people with front flips, when they're first learning, they like to cheat into it where they get down and jump from this position, which that's just going to send you right to your butt, or if you're lucky, landing in a low squatting position. So to really get high on your front flip, you really need to keep your chest up and throw your arms up as you jump up into it. So the set is going up and then bringing it all down into the tuck, and your momentum will help you get up, and your momentum with the block will also help you flip around. So it's a combination of these things and the timing that will help you master the front flip. Some other tips that will help you in learning the front flip is to remember that the faster you can go from this position to this position, the faster you'll rotate your front flip. But you don't want to compromise the timing of the takeoff. So you don't want to try and get to this position as fast as you can, but you want to make sure you reach full extension on the set, and then it's this motion that needs to be really fast. From here to there. It's not necessarily going earlier with the tuck, but it's just getting the timing right and then getting a fast whip on it. So it's like a snap of a rubber band, so it whips you around really fast. The thing that's difficult with the front flip is it can sometimes be hard to spot your landing. So you really have to practice it a lot to get the feel of where you are in the air, so you know when to open up and land it. You can slightly see in your peripheral the ground as you're coming around, but a lot of it relies on just how many times you've done it and gotten the feeling for it. When you go to start learning front flips off drops, start off with something low, maybe 6 inches or a foot off the ground. And make sure you have it decently on flat ground before you start working with heights, because heights is where things can start getting dangerous and you want to know how to control your body. So if something goes wrong, you know how to adjust in the air and land it correctly. But wait, you always want to start low and work it, and then slowly work your way up to higher levels, but not until you're advanced enough that you can control your front flip with ease, and you also have the parkour roll mastered, so that if something does go wrong, you can recover and roll out of it. Doing front flips off height, your technique is virtually the same. You can still use momentum, block, and set. You just now the timing's a little bit different on when you open from the tuck so that you don't over rotate. So learning that just comes with practice, getting the feel for how long you need to hold it for before you can open up and go into it. And that's why you want to start low and slowly work your way up, so that you can progress into it, getting the feel for each flip at each different height. And then as you get good enough, you can just do it at any height and just feel confident in your ability because you've learned, seeing any height, how to do the front flip off that height and land it successfully. So there's the front flip. If you like this tutorial, be sure to give this video a thumbs up. And if you have any questions about the front flip, let me know in the comments and I'll do my best to reply and answer your questions. Otherwise, be sure to subscribe to check out more tutorials like these. Thanks for watching. Now go and flip out.